Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
How's it going, everyone? This is Danny Lambert, president and co-founder of Plush Republic Digital Marketing. I'm going to be running you through how to set up Google Analytics via Tag Manager today. If you're not familiar with Tag Manager, it's a software via Google that allows you to easily implement tags within your website and apps, so you don't have to adjust the code every time you want to do it. It allows you to test it in workspaces and preview it before launching it in a live environment. It's very powerful, and I highly suggest that you implement it. So the precursors to this are that you do have a Google Analytics account set up. If you don't, go to analytics.google.com and set that up first. I'll have another video that I'll share in the description on how to do that. But say you already have that set up, you'll go to tagmanager.google.com. So this is actually my website's account, but I will create a secondary container to show you how this works. So you come in, you create your account, click right here. Call this test company. I can choose to share my data with Google. This is just for benchmarking purposes. It in no way affects your account that you create in here. So I'll click continue, test, and select what you want. Is it iOS, Android, AMP, or web? I'll click web and create this. And then you'll need to agree to Google's terms of service. Now we're in, and it'll present you with two pieces of code. The first has to go at the top of your head file in your HTML, and then one right below the opening body tag. So I'm a WordPress user. I will show you how you would implement that within WordPress should you be using the CMS. If not, confer to the documentation for your CMS or to your web developer. I'll click into Appearance in Editor, and then I will go into header.php. You'll notice that I already have Google Tag Manager right there below the head, and then right after the opening body I have that second script. So that is both of the two that we discussed here. Once you have that implemented, you're good to go. You click OK, and this is where the fun begins. I now have to create a tag, and all the tags that we create within Tag Manager will be put directly into that container that we just created on this site. But the first thing I want to do is set up one variable. So I click Variables, and I'll hit New. What this is going to allow me to do is take my tracking ID that I have in my Google Analytics account. Let me hop in here. And I can reference this as a constant at any time. I don't have to type it in or look it up every time I want to use it. So if you're in your Google Analytics account, click into Admin. Under the property that you want to use, click Property Settings. And then here's that tracking ID. Just take it, copy it, name this GA tracking ID, or whatever you prefer to call it. Select a constant, and you paste that in there. Once I click Save, it'll want me to publish my changes, which I will. And I'll just leave notes so I have my versioning if I ever want to go back and check what I changed. Add tracking ID variable. Now I published it. You'll see in a second what this variable allows us to do. If I hop back into my workspace, I now need to add a new tag. I'll call this my GA tag, or whatever you want to name it. And I can click Universal or Classic. Hopefully you guys are on Universal. If you're not, I can send some documentation in the link description, the video description on how to migrate from Classic to Universal, but I highly suggest you are on Universal Analytics. So I'll click this. And now I'll ask for that tracking ID. I could either come and paste this every time I want to use it, but since I set up that variable, I can just click that button and reference that constant, and it does all that for me. So I want to track on all page views. It gets very powerful, and I have some other videos that I'll be sharing on how you can do event tracking and forms, all of that good stuff. But for just general tracking, I want page views. Within More, you have a whole bunch of custom dimensions you can set up in fields. If you have e-commerce, please enable e-commerce. And if you want to do display advertising, allow that here. And then the last section you have to set up is triggering. and I want to trigger this on all website pages. It's just saying that it'll trigger anytime someone views the page, which is obviously what you'd want for your general GA tag. After that, you click Save, and you would publish this similar to how I did the other. I'm going to hop into my other account where it's actually active on my website, so I'll go back to the workspace, accounts, hop into my actual Plush Republic one, because I want to show you how you can preview your tags. So notice this is the publish button I had before. Here are all the tags that I have live on my site now. If I want to preview how this is working, you can drop down here, click preview, and now it's in preview mode. So you'll visit your site in this same browser, and it'll allow you to see if the tags are firing properly. So what I like to do is share this preview, copy this code, and then open a new incognito window. This way all my cache is cleared. I can just see this. I'm in here. It says that I'm previewing the container. Now let me go to my website, and it should open up this in the bottom. Let me move my video here. This is telling me every single one of the tags that's firing on my site. So if you have tags that only fire on specific pages, this is great to go to those pages and make sure that everything is firing according to how you set it up. I have Bing, Facebook, GA, Google Optimize. All of these should match up to the ones that I have in my account, and they do. So that means we are good to go. When I'm done with that, I can just click Leave Preview Mode. And now we have GA up and running, and that's triggering on every page of our site. Another good way to check is once you have that up, if you go into your analytics account, you go to real-time overview, and you can just make sure that it's collecting data. I'm active on the site right now, obviously on this page, the only person on it in this environment, and that would be me, so I know that my tags are firing the way that I want them to.
Oh, this you crazy mother.